Chris Rock gon' be the reason we gon' blow. Boom.
But you know, I mean, SPG is always you and me, and we jabbering on. But the people don't want to hear what we have to say. We got special guests. We got Ramon with us. Now, Ramon, give us your take on music and its influence, and whether we should just get rid of hip hop altogether.
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm so honored for you guys to bring me on the show. We in the barbershop, so we ain't talking raw.
Yeah.
Music, hip hop, you can't get rid of. If you stop playing on your airways, it's still gonna play.
It's still gonna play.
Whether you like it or not, hip hop is gonna play because it's more of a culture than a genre.
Right.
It's a culture. So you take hip hop out of the equation, who you got dancing on the floor?
Yeah.
You take hip hop out of the equation, who you got telling the truth?
Yeah. True.
Right. If you take it out, everything is just commercial now. Nobody's voice is really being heard. It's just who do you want to hear? Because my theory is if we took hip hop out, I'm gonna drop a name.
Drop it.
If we took hip hop out, we won't have Rihanna.
Wow. How you get that though?
Because
walk me through that one. That one might be over my head. I might be like 4'5". Like, yeah. Hit me.
So I'm into music and the creation of tones, beats, rhythms, chords, melodies, everything. We got Rihanna because of Jay-Z, right?
Facts.
So the purpose of Jay-Z's production mind is to keep hip hop everywhere.
Correct.
He married one of the biggest people in the female R&B world.
Arguably the biggest.
Well, I said one.
Yeah.
She's not the biggest. Don't get me wrong.
Oh dear. All right, wait.
Let's not-
Okay,
let's
let's
not do
not
that.
sidetrack. Let's not sidetrack.
Right?
We can get
Don't
in
say
there.
Enough respect to all y'all. Love y'all still. But he did it to keep hip hop in the game forever.
Interesting.
So all right. So you're saying the question is it a bad influence? And if it is, should we get rid of it? You made an amazing point. Really and truly, people talk about music, but
Not
it's
cultural.
a way of life.
Yeah,
it's
it's
thing.
cultural.
It's a way of life.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna have you say what you're gonna talk about because that's what the point I was making. The way of life produced the music, and if you're upset with the music, you understand that this is simply men and women talking about what they live.
So you're upset with the life.
You're upset with the life.
The state of things.
Yes, you're upset with the state of things. Now, your reasons for your upset with the state of things could be varied. You might have, problematic considerations of the type of people that make the music. Or you might be upset about, who making money in what situation. Maybe you just don't like how original African rhythms and beats come together in an Americanized way to produce hip hop. I don't know, but you don't like it. That's all very well and good. But it's a culture, though, it's a lifestyle that produce it. So no talk about the bad influence, no?
Well, okay, let's jump into the bad influence, because if what we're saying here is that people are kind of repelled by hip hop, the content, what it portrays, maybe how it makes people feel, then you're saying that they don't want to deal with the truth of what is actually existing. Because I see hip hop as the voice. That's what it is. They're the voice. You understand what I'm saying? So like if you say, hip hop is bad or it's a bad influence, then really what we're saying is that, yeah, we're bad. We're bad.
But that's what he said.
Well, you see, the thing is that people are always looking for a
Scapegoat.
Exactly.
right? You ever see a scapegoat? Like, the goat place named Skate, where goats is.
I don't know where that term even comes from.
But the point is, but people are looking for a scapegoat. I'm going to suggest, because there are individuals who would want to suggest that certain behaviors are learned from the music.
Okay.
But I'm going to say...
Sorry. So let me apologize. We're in the barbershop. This happens For real. So that cross-talk thing is real.
That's real.
So here's my problem, right? So at the end of the day, we aren't that great.
Right. Okay. Hold your hand up.
When I say we, I mean me.
Right.
I'm not excluding myself, right?
Right.
I'm not about to be racist either. But let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Do not judge me for this. This is my opinion.
I love it. I love it.
As black African American people, we are not that great at creating a positive identity for who we are.
Oh, bro. You go, oh no, dear. Oh, gosh, you're going someplace
I'm not saying that they're not people
right,
who we have learned to look up to,
mm-hmm,
who have created a positive identity
right,
for black culture. Right? I'm not saying that. I am saying, if you're wrong and you decide to pop a nigga,
right.
that's on you.
So we talking responsibility then. You're saying that every human being should take responsibility for their actions and not blame that action on a genre or a culture but are we acknowledging the socioeconomic factors that brought people there? Maybe that's something that SPG can speak to. If you would so be inclined, because I don't know, we open up Pandora's box.
Nah, man. Popeye's box. Listen,
Church is chicken.
no, but nah, I think that I think it's difficult because
It's very nuanced.
I think it's difficult because I grapple with I have found it difficult. I started right now. I have found it difficult to place in a good space certain behaviors that I would think, but why is it that there is just a general feeling that black persons have behaviors that are considered to be not as sound or good?
Right.
I don't know. Civilized.
Oh gosh, I was hoping that you wouldn't use that word because I don't like what that connotates. But okay, I am with you.
But what I'm saying is that, but when you understand that a systemic culture, a systemic system of racism,
a marginalization
pushes a narrative that a particular people they are intrinsically criminal or bestial or sexual in their behaviors, and it becomes easy to say, oh look, they're doing more of that. So it is that, because that's what Trizale is saying about what are the things
correct
that happened in the past
that
lead to what you got to know. I was gonna make the point that there is personal responsibility, but there's also all the things that produce your behavior, because honestly, Will ain't free.
Will ain't free.
No, he's married to Jada.
Oh.
Right? No, Will is not free. And I mean by that you people may think that they're making their own decisions about things. But really and truly their decisions are built from all the different things that happen to them in their life and all the stuff around them.
Of course.
Made them say, built their thoughts in a particular way that made them make that decision to pop that guy, as you said. So I know. So you're like, no. So if that's the case, my next point is this.
Okay.
Did the music really produce a bad behavior in a listener?
No.
It did not. Or was the listener already predisposed to that behavior from wherever he or she come from, and the music validated it or resonated with them because they already lived that life?
Can I just, because I know he wants to say something.
I do want to say something. Go for it though. You go.
Real quick. This is the statement that would justify what he just said, right? This is the statement that would justify what he just said. Every time we listen to the song, we say, I can relate to that.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's not as fun.
I agree with both of your perspectives. I think the question though around hip hop and censorship is more around whether hip hop music in its current state is perpetuating and sensationalizing those negative behaviors.
Right now?
Yes. And I say that because hip hop has been taken into other cultures and other ethnicities. I don't have the stats, but I'm sure if you were to look at the statistics, most of the people who are going to hip hop concerts for the Lil Babies, the Lil Yachty's, Young Thugs, the Drakes are going to be Caucasians. And they're going to be coming from middle to higher class society. And they're intaking this music.
All of them? Not all of them. I mean, it depends on where you are. I mean, come on.
There's summer jam and then that's it.
I mean,
No. I mean, I kid.
Yeah.
We kid. But no, seriously, I'm just saying you have people from other ethnic backgrounds and other cultures. I'm gonna use the A word, appropriating hip hop music and internalizing it and then becoming an evolved state of themselves.
And you think that lasts? Because I'm going to challenge you.
Challenge me. I want to be challenged. I don't think it. My question is not around if it lasts. My question is around the negative impact that has. So if you have like people from other societies thinking, because what they're reciting and internalizing are the lives of people who live in the ghetto, who've come out, who have not experienced these things. Well, so we hope, because like you said at the top of the show, there are artists who are just creating worlds and have not really experienced it. So that's what I'm saying about sensationalizing this thing called hip hop, as if hip hop is tied to struggle. And that is an intrinsic part of it. That's why I like Chance. That's why I like all these types of rappers, Lecrae. I like all these kind of rappers that their experience isn't necessarily that. You understand? So
some of their experiences is probably the same thing, but what did they decide to
do with
from
it? Yeah, true.
That's a different way that you can look at it.
True.
Right? That's serious. So we're not talking about other music.
Mm.
We
talking about hip hop music.
I will say that there are, I mean, yes, hip hop may have started. Okay, one of the most beautiful things about hip hop, and one of my criticisms of the classic, or no, not even classic, one of my criticisms of the real hip hop phrase.
I mean, that's real hip hop.
It's real hip hop.
Aren't we guilty of that though?
I never use the word real.
But we call ourselves old heads. What does that even mean?
I'm joking when I say that.
Oh, I'm not. I'm an old head.
No, of course I'm an old head. I only mean that to say that, I'm an older.
That you represent.
I'm an older person.
But you represent a part of hip hop.
What part is that?
The part that likes lyricism. Boom bap. I'm not gonna mention the third one because like you're an upstanding man in society.
I'm an upstanding man in society. Yeah. G-Funk. Yes, fair enough. I come from a particular era, but I continue to listen. What I was gonna say is that this thing about real hip hop, there's a great nostalgia connected to where it would have originally come from, right?
Okay,
about
great.
About the birthplace of it in New York and those in those particular boroughs and that kind of thing, right? And the sound that it had,
yes,
and what it represented and what it did.
Okay,
but the reality of music is that music is an avenue for expression, and in my opinion, one of the most beautiful things about hip hop is its growth beyond what it originally was. It wouldn't currently continue to be as powerful a thing as it is if it had not grown.
Yeah,
why
agreed.
can't a nerdy guy who grew up in the middle class neighborhood decide that they want to become a rapper?
Of course.
And then but before he did that, I mean, am I correct in saying this? He acted on a sitcom. Now he writes his own sitcom. You know, like what? Yeah, why can't that guy do that? I mean, why can't that guy do that? Why can't somebody?
Of course he can.
Somebody rap about their religious convictions via hip hop. So
Go for it.
Disturbing question.
Do it.
Call beer trouble.
Do it.
let me hear it.
This is a Classic Cuts episode. You could do whatever you want.
Is Drake hip hop?
Jeez, on bread. That's hot sauce and pickle.
Is Drake hip hop? Yes, I would say he's hip hop.
I will say he's not.
Why? Okay, you want to go first, or you want me to tell you why I think he is?
You tell me what he is.
I think Drake. I think Drake is hip hop because while he may not have all the tenets of what I think a hip hop artist should have, he does have enough. He has lyricism. Yeah, he has that.
Even if it is considered or has been rumored that he doesn't write those lyrics himself.
Shout out Quentin Miller. Yes, even if he didn't write all of his rhymes, we know Drake is a lyricist. Okay, fine. He has the bravado that we associate with hip hop. He definitely has and represents the swag that we associate with hip hop artists. And to be fair, Drake has done his fair bit to focus on creation of music that is stereotypically hip hop, to the point that I think that he has done too much. That's why I think he is hip hop. Let me hear why you think he's not hip hop.
I think Drake started as hip hop. I think Drake ended as pop. Here's why.
Okay.
So the way you're talking, you're making it seem like because he's a rapper, he's hip hop.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I just making sure that's not what you're saying.
Right.
Right? So if we're talking about music now and rhythms, melodies, chords,
Right.
piecing together of production,
Yeah.
Drake has veered away from hip hop.
He has.
Made sure that he stamped his place in almost every other genre.
Yes.
Became super commercial.
Okay.
And labeled himself as one of the most popular entertainers. Not in the hip hop industry, just in music. Right? Now, we talk about hip hop in its purity. I feel like everybody has now been confusing a peripheral of blurred lines between pop and hip hop.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Right?
Because I have a slightly different take on the hip hop versus pop. I think that Drake was instrumental in making hip hop
Popular?
the most popular music.
I'm not going to disagree.
So there's a kind of a. So you look like you need to speak. Go ahead. Take it.
Because they frowned in at you?
Yeah, you're talking in my direction. I wasn't comfortable.
I mean, you know, these things happen. You said instrumental.
Yes, I do. What was you going to say?
I stand on it.
Stand on that.
Cha boy. But you said instrumental. So I'm not sure. Can you qualify instrumental? Because
I can. Right. Okay, so let's look at Drake's run. Drake started off, he had a big hit with Trey Songz, right? So immediately he shot into this kind of mainstream. I know you said he went mainstream. Cool, no problem. Then he did a lot of stuff with Lil Wayne. So he had a long run with Lil Wayne. When Lil Wayne dropped off, Drake did not. Drake went Future. Drake went Jay-Z. He did some stuff with Kanye. He went Travis Scott. He did with Ross. If you think about it, Drake was the only constant from hip hop. Even Jay-Z dropped out and came back in. He dropped out and came back, but Drake remained a constant. So that's why I say he's instrumental, because who other artists representing hip hop or having hip hop roots, lineage, quote unquote, as a genre, managed to maintain? I mean, like, he's still been there. So.
well, I mean, I have two things for y'all. is Drake the remora or the shark?
Oh my gosh.
Because because
He did ride that wave though. Oh Whoa.
Of course he did.
Whoa.
listen, because what I'm saying is that if Drake is the shark, then artists like Ross and other persons that you called just now are thanking him for bringing him to a more, making them more accessible to a more pop audience. If Drake is the remora, he's been using them to constantly keep himself afloat within the game.
This is why I said Drake started hip hop.
Right.
Started off very strong. So I'm not taking away what he's done for the game. I'm not taking that away from him at all.
Right.
But you drop TikTok bangers. Bro, you're no longer hip hop.
No, man, I can't agree with that. So you saying because he did Hotline Bling, he can't be hip hop?
I'm even talking about Hotline Bling.
What do you mean then?
Kicking, do you love me?
But you know what?
No, we're not talking about dumb beats and 808s no more.
No, it's a sign of the times.
What are you talking about?
It's a sign. No, but it's a sign of the times.
Do you not think that there's strong modern day? So if you call a hip hop artist right now,
Right.
who are you gonna drop?
If I call a hip hop artist, what do you mean? When you say call?
Any hip hop artist right now.
Lupe Fiasco.
Right now.
Lupe Fiasco.
Somebody pop in right now.
You must say somebody popping. What are you trying to say?
Let me not disrespect.
No. Answer the man's question.
Drop it.
Somebody that's popping.
Pop it hip hop right now.
No, I wouldn't say Pusha. I would say somebody like Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, check it.
Okay. Not
So-
the Lil. Not the Lil.
Lil Baby. Not the baby. Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Right? So check it. Let me separate it too.
All right, cool.
Rap has went from straight lyrics, pure talk, to melody.
Yes. Yeah, that's been the trend. That's been the wave.
That's been
yeah.
the wave, right?
That's been the wave. Yeah.
Melody is connected to rhythm and blues.
Okay.
Fusion has come and again blurred the lines of authentic hip hop versus R&B. That smash of hip hop and R&B
Okay.
has produced people like Usher, Chris Brown, and everybody else.
Right.
To the point where Weezy said, "Oh, this dude can sing. Have to have him. Not because he can rap. It was not because he can rap. He was a good rapper. He had lyrics.
I understand, but I understand where it's going, where you're going with it. And I mean, you're right. I mean, one of the things that was so amazing about Drake when he dropped is that ability to sing and ability to rap well enough
Well enough for both.
for both.
What brought Drake was the melodies.
Yeah.
Was the
Melodies. But you see, what is interesting here is that what you sound like you're saying, and we've gone far from the influence question.
That we have, so let's bring it all back.
What you're saying is that for a particular art form, there is the deep, original, authentic version of that art form. And that what the art form becomes cannot ignore what the original thing is. I tend to be a person who likes the fact that the art form has diverged.
No, I'm not taking that away.
But rap is like
I'm
a
not taking that
divergence from something else.
Right. So I'm not taking away rap. Right. I'm also looking at. Let's look at the content. Let's look at the reason for it. Let's look at the background of each song. Let's look at the reason for writing the song. It's like, because I'm coming from a songwriter's point of view as well. If I'm R&B, because I write R&B gospel, right? So if I'm R&B, I'm giving you that kiss. I'm I'm giving you that old school time, old school D'Angelo. I'm giving you. It don't matter if I put it on the
How
Afrobeat.
does it feel?
I'm still giving you that content, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter if I decide to rap it. I'm still giving you that R&B content. Is Drake giving me R&B content anymore? Listen, and I had mad respect for the dude when he came out. Do not get me wrong. I have mad respect. He didn't have to do guns. He didn't have to do bunch of money floating. He didn't have to do all that. He rap life. He rap real life stuff. But then my dude got comfortable and started eating cotton candy and wearing pink jackets.
No. He fell into the trope. But this is not what this is what this part is about. We're talking about the influence and whether hip hop. So let's wrap it up. So I'm gonna share my final take on influence. I don't think it's up to hip hop and the artists to censor how they feel and their creative expression, because their music is just as much therapy for them as it is for somebody else, right? So all artists should be free to create. I also don't agree with censorship, because from the time we taught censorship to that level, we're telling artists that they can't express themselves. So that's my take. What about you, SPG?
I don't believe in censorship either. I think that even though I'm gonna make a second point or a third, maybe a 14th. I was making the point that the music isn't so much producing a bad influence. It is more so resonating with and giving, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe it's giving validation to a way of life that a person is already experiencing.
Okay.
Now, one could argue that is still a bad thing. That if their life is dysfunctional in particular ways, or their life brings harm to themselves or others, then hearing music that talks about that in a particular way only emboldens the behavior.
Yeah, you perpetuate the behavior. Yes, agreed.
But as for actually changing a person from a particular behavior to another, no. And the other point I was going to make is a point that has been made, that film doesn't get this rep. Not by the same degree.
Oh my God.
Film doesn't get this. People make the types of film that they want to make, and the review board slaps ratings on it, and out it goes. Now, don't get me wrong.
I don't think that's a 1-to-1 though.
Yeah.
I just based on sorry not to cut you, but based on the way the art is consumed, I think music has a deeper influence, one, because of repetition. So let's say you're not gonna watch a 2-hour film every day. No one does that from beginning to end. But music, you can listen to a 3-minute song on your way to work and you can glean things from it. You can feel things from it in a very deep way. So I don't think it's a 1-to-1, but I want Ramon to give his final take on music and influence.
Well, I mean,
I was liking where you were going with it.
So I was just saying that there needs to be an understanding that this is expression. Yeah. And as I am going to agree with Trizale, you can't censor that. Nah. Inform people about what is hidden within. Mm-hmm. You put your parental advisory sticker. You understand a particular artist have a particular type of content, and then you make your choices from there. And if you're a parent, then you do have the right to censor what your children are listening to. Most definitely.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah. Of course.
Because you are in charge of. I mean, that's a whole different.
Catch us next time.
For that one. But as parents reserve the right to say, you know what, I don't want you to listen to this. I think that you can listen to that. That's your right. But as for the artists, let them express.
So what I was saying is, as a artist, you're free to write whatever you want to write. It's not up to the station. Sorry, it is up to the station to decide what they want to play. But do not take it now and decide that you're going to do it how you want to do it just because you don't like it. If you don't like it, pick another song. the origin of hip hop is raw. It's dirty. It's grimy. It's the if you stump your toe, it's like oh. Because we don't do it's the same thing for me for dub and dancehall. They're still real
they're real raw
but
genres.
Everything has its place. So where are you gonna censor it? If you don't like it, don't play it. Like, and I'm coming from a Christian based person. So if you don't like it, dude, don't play it. And if you're a rapper, if you're a writer, if that's not your truth, don't write it. That's what I'm saying.
That's
if
what you're
censor,
saying.
if curse words and expletives and gunshots and bending women over backwards and thing, if that's not your truth, bro, don't write it. Because somebody's gonna figure out that's fake.
Yeah, they'll see right through you.
You lose
all credibility. Yeah, you do. All right. Well, with that, I just want to say a huge thank you to Ramon for joining us on this episode of the WireHeadz Podcast. It's been awesome, my friend.
Helping us with those classic cuts.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You know, this brought to you by Classic Cuts. Ramon, quickly tell us where we can find Classic Cuts.
Okay, so you can find us on Instagram at classiccuts.bb. We are also in Hastings, Christchurch, right after the new police station with the red roof. You can contact me at 251-8612. Please book an appointment. Do not walk in because we do appointments only.
Yeah, don't do like us.
This has been SP Goody.
And your boy Trezale. We out. Peace.